Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a review of the WZ121. This is, at the minute, one of my favorite tier 10 medium tanks. Now this tank has a beautiful farming potential in battle. You can really farm up the damage with this. When you combine the alpha on this tank, the reload on this tank, the accuracy on the tank, it just comes out, the armor on the tank too, the speed on the tank, it all comes out to a very perfect combination for a damage farming medium. It's kind of almost like a Leo 1 with armor and with alpha, which it does have a little bit less DPM though, and a little bit longer reload, but of course more alpha. But to be honest, I'm not sure which one I prefer more at the minute, because of course this one has armor. It's not quite as fast, it's going about 10 kilometers slower, but it's got the armor, and it's got the alpha, and of course I do love tanks with high alpha guns, especially when they're accurate enough, like this tank right here, the WZ121. So yeah, unlucky ammo rack on that, for that IS-8 right there, and I was like, oof. But yeah, this battle, this video, we're just going to be talking about this tank here in general, about how easily it is to farm damage in it, and about how to play the tank, you know, and how to use the potential of this tank to farm some damage. So let's go over the stats here, and the DPM is sitting at 3,439, so very impressive DPM on this tank, especially for a tank with good alpha. And one second here. Not sure what this STI is doing. Absolutely no clue. Just thought I would point that out. No clue what that guy is doing. He obviously is a very new player to the tank. I mean, to the game in a stock STI. Obviously has no clue what he's doing. So, yeah. RIP him. So yeah, the stats of the tank here. So 245 millimeters of penetration. It doesn't have the most penetration. Its heat is only at 290, which it can be a little bit of an issue when you're facing stuff like a mouse or an E100. But usually that isn't the biggest deal in a medium tank, because you are able to just, you know, get to the sides of those heavy tanks. Usually you're not face to face with those heavy tanks. You know, you're more either you flanking them or you're just fighting up against mediums and light most of the battle. So it's not the biggest issue. It does come in a little annoying occasionally, but most of the time it honestly doesn't matter that much. So the other stats about the tank: a 0.91 second aim time. Yeah. The aim time on this tank is absolutely amazing. As you can see in that shot right there, it does allow this thing to get some very, very juicy shots out. As you saw earlier, probably on that hatch shot on the E5, this thing can be very accurate. Though the one problem with it being very bad dispersion, but very good aim time, is that it really can't hit shots on the move. It does have massive trouble with those on the move shots. You really want to stop just for like a half second. That's it. All you need to do is stop for like a half second, and you're going to be aimed in enough where you are able to pin up most of those shots. So some other stats here, of course, about the tank: 56 kilometers an hour forwards, 20 in reverse, and 6 degrees of gun depression. So this thing also has a very nice armor profile. I do like the armor profile on this tank. As you can see right there, it can be very troll even when you aren't getting shot in the turret. The front plate can, at angles, bounce a lot of shells. As well, of course, the turret is very strong. It does have those hatches on the top, though, which can be a weak spot. Or the cheeks, when you do switch to Primo, can usually be pinned by quite a few tanks. Not as much medium tanks, but heavies, CDs, that sort of things can usually cut through your cheeks if they do aim. So that is the weak side of the turret on this tank, but in general, if you're wiggling and moving about, really not going to get pinned by pretty much anyone. And it is going to allow you to get some pretty nice hold down positions. Of course, only with 6 degrees of gun depression, it isn't the most versatile tank out there for, you know, go and hold down. But in most scenarios, honestly, it is enough to work with that turret and get quite a few bounces in this tank. So you're going to see this game right here. I'm at 6.3k damage, and this could have been a very high, you know, 7k plus game if I was able to farm up that FV 4005. And what I now think I should have done was not back up right there and rush that T22, because I was not able to get any more damage out that game, and it is just going to be a 6,670 damage game. It's still a very nice game right there. It is, of course, an ace with 2 kills and almost 7k damage. If that wasn't an ace, that would be, you know, a little interesting. But yeah, that was a very nice game there we had in the WZ121. So we're going to be moving on to another one here, and this one's going to be a little bit interesting, because this is as well another very nice 6k plus game in the 121, and this one, it's not a heartbreaker for the game or my team, but for me, it's a heartbreaker, because you'll see at the end here, I do mess up. I could have gotten way more damage this battle if I hadn't have done this, and I do get very unlucky. But that's at the end. I'll let you guys wait for that. But I would say stick around for the end. It's kind of a little bit of a, you know, bruh moment. you could say. But we're going to get some shots out here, and a little bit of lag right there, which was unfortunate. Still able to get the shot off onto that Progetto, though. And as you can see right there, the lag was not the best this battle. Or, sorry, the connection was not the best. The lag was pretty good. So we're going to be able to farm quite a bit this game, of course, off these TDs. So that's one thing, of course, which is very nice about this tank. You are able to poke out, and you really don't have to stay out for that long, because you are able, like, look at that. You know, that aim time, you are able to just stay there for half a second, and you're aimed in enough to go. And then, of course, spots like this, I'm pretty much impenetrable to anyone. Like, nobody can pin me. If they do, it's going to be an extremely, extremely good shot. And look at that max roll, man. That's another thing. I just love the alpha on this thing. It's so good to be able to max roll, you know, above 500 damage. You know, that's a pretty nice thing to do. And when you're getting those high 400 rolls in a medium tank against, you know, a T62A, and they're doing something below 300, it's kind of like a, yeah, I like my alpha kind of moment, where you're like, you know, nice alpha, bro. But that is something that I do love about this tank, is when you're trading with those other mediums, you always win, because they just have so little alpha compared to you in most cases. You know, the 350 alpha ones, still, that's 70 alpha less than you, excuse me. So the trade's not going to be in their favor by any means. So you can pretty much trade, you know, if you're peekabooing with any other medium tank, you're almost always, unless you really mess up, you're almost always going to win that you know, 1v1 or whatever you're having right there, because of the alpha of this tank. You're going to be clearing them much quicker than they are you. So there's the penetration issues coming in right there on that E100. We were not able to pin his turret with turret cheeks with heat, sorry. And again, a little bit of an unlucky shot on that T-5041. We had a couple unlucky ones on the Super Conk. Kind of got trolled a little this game by the accuracy, but as you can see here, we're kind of in not the best situation. So I'm trying to take out the one-shots this game, but at the same time, I am trying to farm enough on these heavies so that they won't be such a threat to our heavies. So that hopefully our heavies slash, you know, Jag Panzer, which they're really, we actually don't have any heavies. Well, we have an ice war. We don't have much of our heavies left. So, but so that the guys over there can hold the flank long enough for me to hopefully maybe clear out these TDs and, you know, farm up these heavies here. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. We have up to 3k damage now here, and we are just sitting here farming these heavies. And right now, my main threat, and kind of really what I want to clear, is that Progetto, because of course he does have that almost 1,000 clip damage potential, or actually 1,050, excuse me, damage clip potential, and that is very deadly whenever they get to the behind of a heavy or something like me even. Don't really want to be facing that. So we're going to get a beautiful snapshot off into the turret of that Progetto. We do leave him now on a one-shot. We're almost at 4k damage as well. So we're going to poke out one more time to try to clear him. And of course, that was a very nice trade we made right there. Like I said, trading in this tank is always, my goodness, is always going to come out in your favor. Unless you're against mediums. Unless you're against, you know, a heavier TD or something. But speaking of TDs, here is that grill. He is going to mess up here, and just, yeah, guys, if you're in a grill or any tank, in general, any tank, and you're going to clear a one-shot, but you're a two-shot plus to them, don't just barely poke out. Just take the shot, because if they're, you know, in a good tank, in a good position, they're probably just going to get another shot into you and bring you down to a one-shot. And like that, what happened there with that grill, I was only able to win, well, to clear that guy with the ability of getting a shot into him without him getting into me. Oh, man, I cannot talk this game. Okay. Without him getting one into me, which did allow me to finish him off, which, of course, probably won us this game, to be honest. If that grill had killed me, we probably would have lost. I'm not for sure, but there would have been a 183 alive, you know, and other things. You'll see at the end, of course, what happens, because it is a heartbreaker. Unlucky shot again on that Super Conk. That Super Conk has had some crazy good luck this battle. So what I'm going to do here is I want to clear this 183, because I want to go farm that E100. That could get me up to almost, you know, 8k damage, almost, you know, not quite. There goes the Super Conk, so it's now a 3-on-2, so the odds are looking good for us. And this 183 is a one-shot, but unfortunately to him, I am also a one-shot. It would be so nice right now if I was a two-shot and I could just pull out, take a shell, not care, and finish off the 183. But that is not the situation we are in here. So I'm going to try to just, you know, chill here. And what I should have done was chill here longer. I was kind of like, I wanted to clear this guy because I wanted to get the damage off on that E100 because I knew I could get the best damage ever. But no, I get greedy and I go for the 183. I pull back. I should have just waited for him to go around the corner. I could have easily killed that guy if when he came around the corner. But nope, I backed out, and I died. Fortunately, we did clear him, though, and we are going to win this game. But that was a big mistake by me, and I definitely shouldn't have done that. I should have played that better, you know, sneaking around the rock and stuff. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Of course, WZ121, an amazing tank. This is why I do love the tank. It's so easy to farm that damage in. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.